Hi, Dr. Marcia Sirota here, and it's 2021, it's January. Happier New Year to everybody. I would say Happy New Year, but I think Happier New Year is better. So it's been quite the year, and the COVID pandemic is really not going so great. So I thought it would be a really good idea to give you 3 New Year's resolutions to help you in how you cope with the COVID pandemic. So there are 3 concepts that I want you to embrace in the coming months and in the coming year. And they are patience, optimism, and courage. Now, patience is something that we're not familiar with because in our society, we're so used to instant gratification. We go online, we go onto one of our sites where we're shopping, we press a button, and within a couple of days, something is delivered to our door. Or we just, go on, turn on the TV, and we instantly watch all of the episodes of our favorite TV show. So we're not used to having to wait for good things to happen to us or for good things to come. We're very used to things happening immediately. And with this pandemic, we really have to dig deep and find our resources, our inner resources of patience, so that we can recognize that sometimes we have to wait for things to change and we have to wait for things to get better. And that doesn't mean they won't improve. It just means that they're going to take time. So we need to have patience right now. It's so important because when we're impatient, we become anxious and depressed and angry and frustrated, and it just makes things so much harder. Having patience enables us to tolerate the time between, what we want now and when we will finally get it. It also helps us make better choices because when we're impatient, we can be impulsive and we can do things that later on we will regret. So having patience enables us to be stable, to move forward with a good attitude, and to not make certain choices that will get us into trouble. So that's our first resolution that we want to embrace in the coming year to help us cope with COVID. That's patience. The second concept I wanted everyone to embrace is optimism. Now, optimism does not mean that you just think everything is going to be great all the time, no matter what. No, optimism is grounded in reality. It's having a positive attitude that is based on positive things coming along. So we can be optimistic now because there are new vaccines against COVID-19, and these vaccines are in the process of being given to the populations around the world, and hopefully that will help eradicate or at least minimize the COVID-19 virus and help us get back to a more normal existence. So we can be optimistic that there is a solution against this terrible pandemic and that it is right now being rolled out. Now, of course, being optimistic does not mean we are foolhardy and we think, okay, there's a vaccine, I can just do everything normally right now. No, we have to exercise the patience I mentioned before, and we have to also follow the public health guidelines. For example, maintaining our social distancing, washing our hands, and just practicing all the appropriate things like wearing a mask, especially out in public, so that we can be safe and make sure that we keep everyone around us safe while we are being optimistic that things will get better in the future. Now, finally, I wanted to talk about courage. Now, courage can be very misunderstood because we think courage is what we do when we have when we're going to battle or when we're fighting. But courage is really about having that kind of inner strength and the ability to do things that are difficult or to tolerate things that are difficult. So we can have courage tolerating these difficult times. We can be brave and strong and recognize that, okay, this is really hard, but I can get through it. I have courage and I am courageous and I can get through this really challenging time and be a stronger person on the other side. So these are 3 really important new kinds of resolutions for us to have in the coming year. And it's really important to embrace them because they will make life so much better. Patience, optimism, and courage will enable us to tolerate the difficulties of the current time, move through these challenges with a good attitude, and not feel overwhelmed by whatever is happening in our personal life or around us in the world. Happy New Year to all of you. Please stay safe, keep your heart open, and we will speak to you very soon.